Peter Haddock, and welcome to a very special interview with Intermat, the show that we're all going to be going to next year in Paris with Christophe Lecarpentier. And Christophe is the new director for the event. And Christophe, it's great to see that you've been in the industry for many years.
28 years in the industry, and really happy I joined the Intermat organizer structure in August. So I'm very excited to promote the show.
Intermat is back, and it's back on the April the 24th to the 27th next year, and it's back with a new format. And I thought that was really interesting because you're focusing on sustainable construction solutions and technology, which is a really big topic for me, and of course all of that leading to the sort of low carbon future. You've got quite a lot of exhibitors already as well, haven't you, Christophe? Tell me a little bit about where we are now and what does the show look like?
Last show was in 2018, so it's quite a few years, and the COVID had kind of stopped the last event. So the show needs to be the reflection of the industry and the transition in the industry. So we worked a lot with the different federations around construction equipment to actually adapt the show to the industry today. And 2018 was more about diesel machines, and obviously we're in a different world. We talk about climate change. We talk about decarbonization. So sustainable construction is the key word for the show. And there will be different machines. There will be different exhibits during the show, and we talk about electrics, hydrogen, etc. So that will be, one of the key topics of the show about the transition. But going back to your questions with regards to exhibitor, we're quite excited because the way the show has been presented to the exhibitor, the transformation of the show, is already a success in terms of the exhibitors coming back. So we have the Monoair group with the Caterpillar brand coming back. We got Volvo, we got Komatsu, we've got the Faya group with their compaction brands, Dynapack and Bomag, for example. So we have many brands that exhibited before, and some are back. So we are quite excited, and the registration is doing pretty well right now.
Yeah, and I've seen that on the website. There's over 1,000 exhibitors already, folks, and people like myself already registering because I'm going to be there, and hopefully catching up with all of the exhibitors as well, potentially in January, because I know you've got a special press event there, which is going to be really exciting to be able to say to people, this is what's coming up for the show. That's really part of the roll-up for the show as well, isn't it, Christophe?
We'll have press days, so we can announce, everybody that will be at the Intermat show. We can announce some of the new innovations, because part of the press day will be the announcement of the selection of the awards of the companies that will run for the awards. So the jury will make a first selection, and that will be announced during these 2 days. So it's about meeting the exhibitors and also looking to the innovations on the show.
The Intermat Innovation Awards are what you're talking about, and the entries are open right now, and they actually close on October 31st. And one of the judges is actually from our very own industry, Brian.
Yes. Yeah, Brian Jones. You're correct.
Brian Jones. Yeah, that's the president of the CPA, and that's great to see, isn't it?
Yeah, and we have a jury that obviously with members from French federations or French companies or associations, professionals in the construction industry, but we have a jury also with the ERA Federation. You talk about Brian Jones, we have members from Germany, from Italy. So it's a very European jury to make the selections of the nominees.
That's why I wanted to now talk to you a little bit about how you've split up the show into sort of 5 different clusters. Those folks are new technologies and energies, earthworks, demolition and transport, roads, materials and foundation industries, lifting and handling, building and civil engineering, and the concrete industry. That's a specific new change as well, isn't it, for the show, that you can actually focus those areas to the exhibitors and also to the visitors as well.
Yes, I think it's quite important that the show evolves with the industry. So the sectors and like new technologies and energies are very important because obviously, in the past we were talking mainly about diesel machines, and now we're talking about various different energies. So there are lots of questions that the visitors are asking themselves. What type of machines they should invest, tomorrow in the future. Lower emission diesel, I got biofuels, I got electric, hydrogen tomorrow. So there is a need because there is a social pressure, an urgency in reducing emissions in our industry. But it's also in the materials because, for example, we will have the World of Concrete Europe at the show as well. So that's part of the agenda. So a lot of questions that the visitors are asking themselves is, how should I invest in what technology? And energy is important because not only you have the machines, but you also have, how I'm going to bring, hydrogen or electricity on the site, which is a big question. So it's not only about the machines, it's about how I organize myself in the change of the energy, how I organize my training of my staff, because that will need training, that will need change. So there's lots of questions that are being asked today with that transition, and the show should really be a reflection of that transition. And the sectors, how we have set up the show is really to answer these questions and structure the show towards these new requirements for transition.
Yeah, and I think what's really interesting is, we talk about the energy element as well, but the new technologies like machine control, like digitalization, the 3D digital twins we talk about now, are all part of that process. And I think, what's great to see is the sort of building civil engineering piece within that concrete space as well, because when you've got those people next to each other, people can actually be in one space to look at all of the different things that they're interested in. And that's a similar context when you're talking about earthworks, demolition and transport and the other pieces as well. Now, of course, we've got intermatconstruction.com as the website as well, and news going up there all the time, and people can start registering, but also they can understand more about why they should exhibit right now, can't they, from that website?
It's really going to be an exciting show, and we will give more information as things are built, and to make sure that the visitors have got the necessary information to come and what they will see, and what exchange they will have as well, because on part of the show is we'll have obviously conferences, but more than conferences, we'll have a central area where there will be debates about this transition with international speakers and French speakers, both in French and English language as well. So and I think they will be very important because all the questions that we're asking ourselves in this transition can be shared through the exhibit, but also shared by vocal positions and debates on the show.
So, Christophe, it's going to be an exciting show, Intermat. I'm going to be there. I'm certainly excited to be reporting on the show and what's going on. But also, it's another great time for people to get together. 2018, now we're going to 2024. There's a lot going on. There's a lot happened, and there's a lot of smiles and handshakes to be done at the show as well, isn't there now?
Correct. You're right. I mean, it's a place to be. It's a place where you can meet a lot of people in the construction industry. You can exchange and get out of the show with a lot of the answers you have today.
So we'll be following the show and its preparation, folks, with Christophe and the team. And I'm really looking forward to meeting you in person soon, Christophe, as we reveal what's going to be on show at the show from the press event in January. And I'm sure we'll be back talking to you very, very soon. But folks, Intermat is here. Make sure you get your registrations. And if you've not looked at the exhibiting opportunity now, you can do all of that at intermatconstruction.com. Christophe, great to meet you over Zoom. Next time we'll be face to face. Cheers.
Thank you, Peter. Bye-bye.